What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Now, I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3's paid DLC releasing before the end of 2019. I kind of want to talk about the news that we learned about it, my impressions of it, maybe what we'll see from it, all that stuff. So, recently, we got an interview from Tetsuya Nomura. I'm talking about basically Kingdom Hearts 3 in general. People tried to ask about the ending. People tried to ask about the epilogue and the secret movie ending that, was patched in at a few days later. And he talked about what's to come with Kingdom Hearts, and that was both free and paid DLC. Now, we knew that at least the paid DLC was probably coming. I guess it wasn't necessarily confirmed 100% before this time, before he actually said it just now. I think it was something that he had stated that he wanted to do, that Kingdom Hearts 3 was planning on doing paid DLC, but that it wasn't confirmed to actually come out. But now we know that we're going to get a couple things. We're going to get critical mode, which is cool, and it obviously will add an extra dimension to the game. It'll make the game a bit harder, which is good, okay? Because Kingdom Hearts 3 overall, I think what you'll find if you've played it, or if you've seen people play it, or if you've talked to people in general, is that this game is rather easy compared to other Kingdom Hearts games. This game is a very step below, even on the hardest difficulty, even on Proud mode. It's basically a spamming button. All you have to do is spam the attack button, and you'll probably be pretty okay. Sure, you'll die at a couple boss fights, but not nearly the amount that you would have died in Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, even any of the middle games, but especially Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you would never really get away with it. So it's cool that they're adding that. It's cool that they're adding that as just a normal, free DLC. They had talked about how they kind of maybe wanted to release like a final mix like they had done, 15,000 times with the other games, which I think would have been a terrible idea. But then we also got word of the paid DLC premium. So it's going to be pretty big. I assume it's going to be rather large. There's no prices, there's no release date, although they said they wanted to get it done by the end of 2019. Then we got another extra tidbit about the next Kingdom Hearts game that I'm making a video on tomorrow. So come back to the channel tomorrow. I'll be talking a little bit about Kingdom Hearts 4 with that quote. But paid DLC premium, so I assume we're talking somewhere in the realm of $20 to $30, which sounds, it sounds about right for maybe something we're going to get. I think a game like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Kingdom Hearts in general, if they're going to do a DLC, which now this is completely foreign to them, okay? They've never done this before with a Kingdom Hearts game. If they're going to add a premium DLC that it's going to fill, and they say it's going to fill in gaps in the story, we'll see if that actually includes the secret ending. To be honest, it doesn't sound like it's going to include the secret ending, but we'll have to see when the game actually comes out. There's been reports that we'll find out about how XION appeared, which we did a video on our channel, talking about how it made no sense. There were gaps in the story, and the rumor has it that this DLC is going to address those gaps. Now, is that good? Well, I guess it's good that the fact that they're filling in the story missing, but at the same time, I don't know why you would have released the game as is with gaps purposely being, open with the desire to fill them later with more paid DLC, with more content that you have to pay for. When you word it like that, it sounds like they're gypping you and doing the classic thing of DLC in general. And I don't think they're, completely innocent of that fact in general. If you give us a game, it has holes in it, but it has holes in it on purpose because you're going to give us the answers to them through more content that you must pay for. That is called ripping you off. That's called, that's called doing it like that. And I don't know if that's necessarily the way they had a plan. Maybe they had a couple pitches in the development room talking about like, well, what could we do for this DLC? Could we have it be right at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and kind of get it going to Kingdom Hearts 4? So maybe they did. Maybe they didn't do it, maliciously, but we'll have to see again when the content actually comes out what it's going to answer. And again, also, we don't know the price, but I assume something like that, if it comes out and it's like 10 hours, if it's like 5-10 hours in terms of story, and it's like a miniature version of the actual game, I think that warrants a $20 to $30 price point. We've gotten DLC that's way more expensive for less content, but we've also gotten things, whether they be middle of the road games, whether it's even Far Cry New Dawn, the new game that came out, is only like a 5-6 hour story, and it's $40. Now it's technically a full-scale game, but it is kind of like a bridging game, or it's after the events of Far Cry 5. So a game like that is kind of what I'm thinking of, or even like an Uncharted Lost Legacy, big game, really its own full-scale game. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I think $20 to $30 is quite possible. And then finally, the release date. They say before the end of 2019. Now I don't see these guys putting this game out or this DLC out in December. I think December is too far. So my own personal prediction would be October or November. I don't know if they'd have it ready for September. I think September would be really, really good. September, historically for Square Enix in general, Final Fantasy 15 came out in September. So maybe they try and shoot for that. When it comes to games, it gets more crowded in October and November. That's normally when a lot of games comes out. Obviously, Black Friday in November. So if you're going to have this DLC, I think you want to shoot for September or October. But then I feel like because it's who we're dealing with, let's think about who we're dealing with here. I feel like it'll be delayed, or it'll just take longer than we actually expect it to. But still, this is welcoming news, because when the DLC was talked about for this game, one of the main things talked about was, firstly, it wasn't even confirmed. Okay, we may not even have gotten a full-scale story DLC like we're about to get. Another thing was when we were going to get it, and Tyler and I actually had said either in May or June, or before the end of 2019 in the fall, and that's what we're getting. We're getting in the fall. It does make sense that if they are doing like the story thing, which they are, it's not going to be ready in like 4 months. They have to get it. You have to completely make it, and that's going to take some time. But it's good that it's coming out in this year and not next year, not 2020. We don't have to wait a full year to get the DLC. We don't have to wait like a year and a half, get it close to E3. It's not like that, and so that's a very, very good thing. So I'm excited for it. Obviously, we've done a lot of videos on Kingdom Hearts 3 on our channel. You can bet your bottom dollar that every news story or every major thing coming out with Kingdom Hearts we will cover as a video on the channel. And then when the DLC comes out in the fall, Tyler and I will play it, we'll cover it, we'll do lots of stuff with it, and so we'll be back with more Kingdom Hearts content for sure. Tomorrow I want to talk about another thing that Nomura said in that same interview, and so come back to the channel tomorrow for that. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now, hit the bell icon so you guys are notified when all our videos go up. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you on the next one.